After several years, we get another Omen film. This time it serves as a prequel to the 1976 horror film, The Omen. So today, let's see if the first Omen is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. A woman starts to question her own faith when she uncovers a terrifying conspiracy to bring about the birth of the Antichrist in Rome. When it comes to horror films that are prequels to originals, sequels, remakes, they're could be a little bit questionable. There's not a lot of excitement when it comes to them. I think back to the most recent one, like The Exorcist. I wasn't that excited for that film, and going into the first Omen, I saw the original one, I saw the remake, so I wasn't that excited for it. I didn't see a trailer, but I heard some good things going into it, and luckily this film really surprised me. This is going to be one of the most surprising films of the year for me, due to the lack of excitement going into it being a prequel to a really good horror film by Richard Donner in the 70s. And this is a prequel set in 1971 in Rome. We have a young girl that goes to Rome and she starts to uncover this conspiracy to bring about the Antichrist, which we know is Damien from the Omen franchise. Arkasha Stevenson is able to capture the terrifying tone of the Omen franchise within this movie. This is a knockout. This is an absolutely terrifying, suspenseful film, much more graphic than I anticipated. There were many scenes throughout that just got underneath my skin, and I slightly looked away from the screen because I knew that there was going to be a lot of terrifying moments. Now, this movie does not rely on so much jump scares. It doesn't feel like it's like a modern horror film where a lot of those movies just rely on jump scares to terrify you. You know, it's occasionally here and there, but what makes this film so terrifying to watch is the gradual buildup of this conspiracy and this young girl that's experiencing all of it, the constant dread that goes throughout this film. That's where a lot of that terrifying feel lies in. The last 20 minutes of the film is so intense, but there's just that build up that's so perfect in this film as she starts to uncover more information, learn about the possibility of the Antichrist. It's just terrifying within that. So a little less of those typical jump scares, but more of that sense of dread in this situation. And we have Nell Tiger-Free, who's sent to Rome to begin a life in church, and her transformation is very award worthy. I gotta say that. It's a transformation that is so suspenseful and ends up being a completely different take on the character in the beginning. This young girl, she's very innocent. She wants to do the right thing. She wants to be able to dedicate her life to the church. But once she starts to uncover all this information, we see this character transition, and she becomes more confident, but also there's some more terrifying moments that come along with it. That right there is just a perfect performance for this character, really honing in on the story and how it is affecting her. And there's so many moments in here that you see this young actress just going all in with the performance. There are some horrific scenes that she really just dedicates her time to. And so the performance in here from Nell Tiger-Free is probably the best performance so far of the year for me. It's just really haunting and is able to keep up with the tone of this movie. Like I said, it is pretty graphic. There are a few scenes that use props, and they really utilize the use of shadows and darkness to bring about these terrifying moments. Quick pans around the room are able to capture the haunting feel of the church. And so there are just truly horrific scenes in here. Scenes that I was surprised that they were able to show. but for the most part, this is more brutal and graphic than any of the previous Omen films. The Omen films that I did see had some graphic moments for when it was released, but this one, they were able to go all in, and you really felt that budget being put to good use. And the overall look of the film in the 70s, from the cars, the costumes, the set locations, all of it is really top notch. Honestly, I was so surprised with the first Omen. The gradual suspense that it grows throughout this film, the story, how it's able to connect to the original Omen film. The performances are really good. You know where it's going to go, but it still manages to have some surprises along the way. I wasn't expecting much from this film, but I left the theater with the sense of dread. I was spooked. I really like this film. One of my favorite films of this year, the best horror film I have seen this year as well. So if you like the original Omen film, you'll see similarities in its tone and the storyline as well, but it really did impress me. So before I give you my score for the first Omen, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. If you'd like to see where the first Omen ranks amongst all the other 2024 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give the first Omen a B+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for the first Omen. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.